Oh boy. Oh boy, the channel is back. Um, I'm doing my first EFL review because I was wondering what on earth am I going to do with this channel weekly. So weekly we're gonna try and just do a kind of like a review about Championship League One, just trying to look in and see what's going on really. That's all to be honest. And I would do League Two, but I'm not as good as League Two. And I could have done a predictions thing, but it's very difficult to show predictions on PowerPoint, so I'm going to stick to this. And yeah, let's get into it. So there's going to be two games from Championship, two games from League One, which are going to look into proper detail. And this game here was between Ipswich and Southampton. This happened earlier today as I'm recording this. I don't know if I'm going to put it out on this tonight or on Monday. I'm not really sure, but it will say Saturday the 16th. Because that was when it was, or we'll say 16th August. But anyway, yeah, this game, Harvey Bears his own goal, and then Robinson scored. Obviously, we have not watched highlights for this, so if one of them scored a worldie, do let me know down in comments. But yeah, this is the kind of layout I'm going for. It looks quite clean. We've got goal scorers there. Two teams that obviously come down from Premier League. It was an even game. Ipswich got the higher XG in the end, but like I think a draw was probably the right result. That Robinson kid, I'm guessing that was probably his first goal for the club. So that's obviously huge, and I think there's been quite a few youngsters that have scored their first goal, like that Huddersfield chap who scored his first goal against whoever they're playing last week, Reading last week. I think there's another guy as well. I forgot, but I think that's overall. I think a draw is a good result there. McKenna's side, I think to be honest, I've been a bit disappointing. I think lucky to get a point against Birmingham. It's been a difficult start, yeah, but lucky to get a point against Birmingham and then crashed out and cup to Bromley, and it wasn't like a completely rotated 11 either. But I still think Ipswich win league, and I think Southampton might be far off either. Wow, I mean, I don't know who saw this coming. Derby 3, Coventry 5, and I'm about to win 1-0 for this game. Yeah, what I was actually thinking, saying a 1-0 because I did predictions off camera and just with myself really for a bit of fun and I'll score points up and stuff. But I will add that. I might actually add that to my EFL reviews, but it's too late to do that now, and I'm not doing it again, even though we're only 2 minutes and a bit into the session. But yeah, big score. I did watch highlights for this one actually, and you've got Elder Morris penalty and Adam scored for Derby, and then Bobby Thomas had you right. Mason Clark, Thomas Asante, and Torp for Coventry. That 3 goals in like 5 minutes was obviously instrumental for Cov, and I think that was what kind of got them win. You can tell with this one, there's more goal scorers. So Locus aren't as big. Well, like before the Southampton Ipswich, only 1 goal per team, so the logos were like quite huge, took up lots of space, which you will notice across the series. I'm gonna try and make this go for a whole season. Whether it actually will, I doubt that. But we actually use that grey colour for Derby, by the way. Obviously, I know they're white, but I'm not using white and white. I don't use black eyebrows, so it would just be boring. So I've done a grey colour, really. But yeah, I mean, it's high score. It must have been a thrill to watch at Pride Park, which Derby are usually quite good at. But I think with Coventry, drawing 0-0 at home to Hull on opening day, I think this was definitely it was good. Other big games. These are we're going to cover 2 different other games, which we're going to look at. A bit less detail, but still important games. Wrexham 2, West Brom 3. Wrexham's first home game of the EFL Championship, or ever really. Obviously, been second tier, but like you know what I mean. Yeah, they lost 3-2 to West Brom. To be fair, I think in both the games that Wrexham have been in, they look quite good. I'm going to be honest. They look strong attacking. But they look good going forward. I'm not going to lie. Like, I don't think they have the attackers. I think Wrexham they'll still stay up. They've lost 2 opening games, sure, but like 2 opening games, they're difficult. When they start playing like a QPR or a Watford or Sheffield Wednesday, one of them teams, that's when they're going to start struggling. Sorry, that's when they're going to hit the ground running. West Brom are a good side though. I think they'll definitely be up and around there. And same with Millwall, even though they have just been battered 3-0 at home to Middlesbrough. The funny thing about this, right, is that I actually backed Mill for a 3-0 win here, and it was 3-0 to the other team. Oh God, that was absolute howler, wasn't it? For my predictions. But yeah, for the Wrexham West Brom, I can't remember what I predicted. I think it might have been a 0-0 or something. I didn't do very well, I don't think, on my championship predictions. But yeah, Rob Edwards' side totally took control, and it was just, and they were just, it was just goals. And Middlesbrough second in the league. Like, I thought Middlesbrough would start rocky, and they have. I mean, they've lost 4-0 to Donny in Cup. But no, in league they've been amazing. Like, honestly, well, not amazing, but this game to beat Millwall 3-0, that's not an easy feat. It's not an easy feat. And look, what was I going to say? I forgot what I was going to say. Oh yeah, Swansea, to be fair, Swansea were quite poor on opening day, but like, yeah, still, it's not easy to go to beat Swansea. But yeah, Millwall 3, Millwall 0, Middlesbrough 3, and Wrexham 2, West Brom 3. So these are all the other championship games we're going to review. Portsmouth 1, Norwich 2. To be fair, I think it's going to be very difficult for teams to win away at Fratton Park. So to get that result is very good, and for Norwich. Obviously they got the home loss and they've gone on one away first. Watford 2, QPR 1. I don't think many people saw that coming, but I think they've got a good attack. QPR. It's going to take a long time to settle in. I think I could see them being relegation battle early doors, but they'll definitely get out of it. Watford, I still think they'll be in relegation battle the whole way through. I think people are very like, oh, they've won a game. I don't think they'll get relegated anymore. Relegated sides do win games. Like, you've got to remember that. They do win games. Sheffield Wednesday 0, Stoke 3. Yeah, I think Wednesday are going to lose lots of games like this. They've got a bunch of kids coming off bench. So it's not really a big surprise. But Stoke, on the other hand, Stoke are doing really well, and I think we might see an improvement of Stoke. Really, I wouldn't be shocked if they're I think they might be mid-deck or. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked to see them, being an outsider for playoffs. Honestly, really wouldn't. Swansea 1, Sheffield United 0. Yeah, Sheffield United is terrible. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The defence is bad. Binden's standing there on his own. I don't think Binden's really amazing. He's good, but he's not amazing. But Norrington Davies and Robinson are terrible. Honestly, it's ridiculous. I think it is ridiculous. We need centre half, a right back, and a defensive midfielder. Honestly, it's just. And he's Sousa, Armanogic. They need a right back anyway, to be honest. But like, yeah, it's an absolute mess. I think at Sheffield United, and like for a poor Swansea side to get away with that. Ronald. How do you say his name? I'm just gonna call him Ronald. Okay, I don't care if that's not how you pronounce it. I'm calling him Ronald. Like if he had an O on the end of his name, he'd have finished that. It was just a shot really, and okay, that's inspired by Cam Fowler, but you get what I'm talking about. That was a wonderful shot. Preston 2, Leicester 1. People call it a shock. I had a 0-0 draw for this game, but like I wouldn't say it's like a huge upset really, because Leicester obviously coming down in quite a pickle. I'm not gonna lie. Like they've been. Obviously, there's still rumours of a points deduction, which 9 points is a lot, which is why I don't think they'll get in there. I really don't. Bristol City 0, Charlton 0. I think it's a good result really for both teams. Just get a point on board. Blackburn 1, Birmingham 2. Oh yeah, also Charlton and Middlesbrough, 2 teams not conceded a goal yet. And also, I've just looked on my notes. Grab that little note. I forgot to mention that Watford got a red card and still won against QPR. How on earth? How have I done that? Blackburn 1, Birmingham 2. Stansfield to the rescue. He scored from penalty spot. I think for like the 12th time in his career, and he's only like 21. Dykes finished it off. I'd be very surprised if Birmingham went to Blackburn and only drew. Like Blackburn, I think that I could see them having a big fall off. I really do. And finally, Hull 3, Oxford 2. Hull are doing better than I thought. This year Kurkic, but he's onto something. Oxford have been poor, but I think they'll definitely. I still think Oxford will stay up, 100%. I'm not gonna make some predictions. They've lost 2 games in a row. We did that last season. So I thought they were staying up. And then finally, just having a look at top 6. We'll do that bottom 6 at relegation battle when it gets more tight. But for now, we'll just do top 6. Similar League One. But first, you've got Stoke and Middlesbrough currently top 2 with 2 out of 2 wins. Same with West Brom. And at third, and then Bristol City, Coventry, Birmingham are the top end of teams that have won 1, drawn 1. But there's lots more out there below, like Preston and who else is there? Charlton as well. Look. There's other teams, but then it's not quite got goal difference. But yeah, that's currently the top 6. None of the relegated sides are in there. And I was going to say none of the playoffs. That's completely lie. Bristol City and Coventry are in there. Let's head to League One now. So Bradford City 2, Luton Town 1. I've chosen to do this. Humphreys and Poynton got on the marks with Bradford before Kadua got it back later on. I think this is honestly quite a good. I think Bradford, honestly, they're going to save this moment being one of the main teams because they're not going to get much chances like this. But big shock. I did not expect Luton to go to Bradford and lose. I thought it'd be like a cagey 0-0, but it sounds like I'm predicting 0-0 to everything. I'm not. No, look, Bradford, honestly, they outplayed them, and fair enough. Because Luton, there's not been many teams that beat Luton this season. So for Bradford to be one of them, that's fair play. Honestly, fair play. Come up from League 2, and they're going to be absolutely fine. I think anyone that put Bradford for relegation, they're regretting their decision. Blackpool 3, Huddersfield Town 2. Again, I did not see this coming. I thought Huddersfield would win 2-0 away from home. And Ennis got red cards early on as well. But Huddersfield didn't go for it. Surprisingly, I thought they'd go proper and just expose the defence completely. But no, Blackpool's defence is still bad, but they can score goals now. And it's now making me look at Huddersfield's defence is bad, which it is. Which they're poor defensively in this game. I still think Huddersfield are going to get promoted, obviously, but and I still think Blackpool will be in around there. But I think there are 2 sides which I think should probably be in Championship, based on the size of the club. But yeah, Blackpool 3, Huddersfield Town 2. Big shock in my opinion. In other big games, I got Leighton Orient drawing 2-2 with Stockport, and Stevenage beating Northampton 2-0. Not because particularly it's a good result, it's a maybe big result, but it's because of what happens. Stevenage is now top of League One. I did not think these words would ever come out of my mouth, but it has. The club founded in 1976. Actually doing something. And while we're on the topic of Stevenage, we'll talk about Stevenage. I think it's just generally just a good squad and taking advantage of teams that are being poor and their fixtures against being poor sides. Blackpool, Rotherham, and Northampton. Look, Blackpool have been poor to start the season. Rotherham are just bad. Northampton are also just bad, really. So taking Rotherham advantage, they've got Jamie Reid up front. They've got Good, Pierre Gianni. Solid defensively. Good attackers. Dan Kemp as well. What more could you want? I genuinely think Stevenage 19th as well. I think Stevenage could honestly get top half now. This is what I'm changing on. I'm not fan of changing on big things, but I think with Stevenage, I didn't realise I've changed it because you around status of squad and stuff. Other game though, Leighton Orient 2, Stockport County 2. Obviously, repeat of last season's playoff semi-finals. Actually, was the exact same scoreline as last time, which is funnily enough. Obviously, Leighton Orient ended up going to Edgeley Park and winning the game on penalties. But what would I say about this game? I thought it was a good game, and Connolly scored. That's the first goal of the month. I did say Connolly. I thought Connolly might struggle really, but no, he seems to be doing just fine. But yeah, right. That's the main games in League One. To be fair, there's been a lot of good games to choose from in League One. So let's have a look at the next slide, which is all the other League One games. So yeah, we'll start this side then. Barnsley 1, Bolton 1. Barnsley went down to 10 men with Jürgen Nathan got sent off for silly challenge. But they still managed to get the point against Bolton. These two sides, they just always meet, don't they? They always play each other. But yeah, I'm not too surprised about that. Lincoln 3 Plymouth 2. You love to see that Plymouth are still 3 for 3 losses, which is it's funny, but I knew Plymouth would go to Lincoln and lose. Look, it's a very difficult place to go, I think. And but Lincoln's home form is very good. Plymouth's away form is terrible. So I think the fact that now Lincoln are winning. I think the fact that Lincoln have beaten them on their home turf, very good win for Lincoln. Poor for Plymouth though. Needs to be doing better than that from an Argyle perspective. Reading won Wimbledon 2. Also Plymouth went down to 10 men. But I don't think it really changed much. Reading won Wimbledon 2. Again, Reading needs to change a lot because they're still in bottom place in League One. But something desperately needs to change. I think it's the wide players. They've got a good through the middle, good core, but it's the width. The width of the squad is just not good enough. Donny won, Wickham won. Honestly, good start for Donny, and I thought I'd win it. But honestly, I couldn't really care less about that game. Wickham was fun little mark. Burton 0, Port Vale 0. Again, just couldn't care less. It's a derby, but couldn't care less really. Cardiff 3, Rotherham 3. Also, I do believe I think it was for Burton who got man sent off. I think. Cardiff 3, Rotherham 0. Really good one for Cardiff. Rotherham I think are terrible. But I think for Cardiff, who are going to be good, again, like Stevenage, have really taken advantage of their games. Peterborough, Port Vale, which they got a draw in, and Rotherham, all three are like easy games. And to come out with 7 points is very good. But it's very good. It's versatile. I think it's very versatile. And even if they don't have the best season, they're still going to be alright. So I think Cardiff actually, to be fair, they might. I can see them getting in there. Exeter 1, Mansfield 2. That just breaks my heart. And I'm going to be bomb. Wigan 2, Peterborough 0. Peterborough are just bad. I think they are. I think they are the only. There's 3 games in, but I'm pretty much dead certain that they're going to get relegated. But let's head on to the top 6 then, shall we? So, similar to Championship, Stevenage, only team with 3 for 3 wins. Very good. And Cardiff, Barnsley, Stockport, Donny and Bradford make up the top 6 with 7 points, with 2 wins and a draw. There's other teams that I think are outside there. Huddersfield, Luton, quite close. Really, obviously they're now conceded. And at the bottom end of the table, I'm going to talk about it because we've got Northampton in there with 1 draw and 2 defeats, as well as Plymouth, Peterborough and Reading, who are all winless and pointless. But that will wrap it up for today, so please do like and subscribe. Hopefully this video can do well, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.